to give what I think is the most sensible answer, right? This one I would say is 5.008 km, but I'm sure some of you have 5,008 meters. I hope none of you have 500,800 centimeters, but you could. Um, 2 miles is 10,560, 13,560, 17,560 feet is what I'm sure most of you have. 12 feet, 8 inches plus 10 feet, that's 22 feet. 23 feet, 3 inches. 23 feet, 3 inches. Because when you carry, you have to remember we go to 12, not 10. Thank you. 8 yards, 1 foot, minus 3 yards, 2 feet. So that's going to be 5 yards and 1 foot. Then minus 2 more feet is going to be 4 yards, 2 feet. And you may want to have that in feet. Some of you maybe converted that to feet, which would have been 25 feet minus 11 feet, which would have been 14 feet, which would have been 3 yards, 4 yards and 2 feet. This one, again, you probably went to all inches. So that was 76 minus 47 to get 36.29 inches. This was 9,560 because you probably went to full feet. And this was 8 feet 2 inches. All inches would have been 8 times 12, 96, 98 inches. Eckham. Were they?
We asked yesterday and you were like, you're like, just use whatever you need.
Oh, son of a motherless goat. They should have all been in metric. No, that should have said imperial. That was a dink move on my part. I'm going to say that was cut off. So all of you did these in metric? I hope not, because we hadn't done converting imperial to metric yet. That obviously is a printing error. Sorry, everybody. Well, that means you did today's lesson already. 10 inches of ribbon. She's got 5 yards, so of course it is 180 divided by 10. She can get 18 ribbons. Are you allowed to bring your luggage on that plane? No. Because when you add it up, it comes up to like 64 inches or something. I can't remember. 67? Okay. And I heard a lot of people talking about this question. The reason a lot of you are probably talking about this question is because you're probably thinking of grade 9. And in grade 9, when you started on surface area, when we gave you a surface area of something that looked like this, with another rectangle out the side, and we said, find the surface area of that, and you were told that you had to take away 2 overlaps, I used the word overlap to see how many people I would fool. Because, of course, the answer is 2 feet, 3 inches is 27 inches. 1 yard, 1 foot, and 8 inches is 36, and 12, which is 48, and 8, which is 56 inches. If you put them together, you get 3, carry the 1, 83, but you overlap by 1 inch, so it is 82 inches. It is not doubly overlap because it is not a surface area. Okay? How'd everybody do? Did I fool anybody with the double overlap here, remembering back from grade 9? Sweet. I'm glad I fooled some of you. Will I fool you on the tests? No. Is it all right to fool you in homework? Yes, because does homework count? Only kinda. All right. Okay, ladies and gentlemen. What did I write? The very first thing that we started converting stuff, I wrote out that. And I said, no matter what it looks like, that will work. Right? So now we are going to convert between systems. Since we're converting, and we're converting units from metric to SI, or SI to imperial, or imperial to SI, I'm still converting units. So I still do the exact same thing. But you're not going to be able to do these really in your head. It is still the quantity you have to convert, and you are multiplying by your conversion unit, what you're trying to get to, over your current unit. Or, the way I wrote it yesterday, what you want, and I should use a different color for that, what you want over what you have. And nothing changes, except the numbers are no longer pretty. It's not 1 to 12, 1 to 10. They're weird decimals now. Everybody cool? So this very first one, a bowling lane is 19 meters long, and I want that in feet. So I set it up exactly the same way. 19 meters. What do I want? Feet. What do I have? Meters. Where do I get the numbers? From my chart, the same place I got it before. 1 foot, right there, is 0.3048 of a meter. So where does the 1 go? With the foot, and 0.3048 goes there. What happens to the 1? Disappears, and I've got 19 over 0.3048. Please note that it is impossible to do this wrong if you write it out. If you insist on not writing it out, you're like, I got it. It's always multiply or divide. I can do it in my head. Then before, well, you can't really do it in your, you know what I mean. You don't need to write it out because you know it's going to be multiply or divide. Before you go to your calculator, think about it. A meter is longer than a foot. So obviously, going from meters to feet is going to be a bigger number, right? And then when you do that with your calculator, you get whatever it is. I think it's like 57, but I can't remember. 62. And I said to the nearest foot, so it's just 62 feet. And that's it. There's nothing new today. And I'm lucky there's nothing new today because I really don't want to talk anymore because I still feel like crap, and I was hoping to make it to the weekend and feel better. So, how do I make this more difficult for you? I have to make you think in the question because you already know how to do all the math, right? In number 2, how many conversions do I need to do? I only need to do 1 because whatever I convert, that's going to be into the one the other one has. So you're going to know who drove further, right? I didn't ask by how much, but you would know who drove further. So all you would do is do your conversion, whichever one you want. And then, so you guys do 2 and 3 because there's nothing tricky on 2 and 3. Go ahead and do 2 and 3. Then I'm going to show you something about number 4 that is helpful, that will be helpful to you. I will, of course, do both, but I'd like to stop talking, so I'm just going to write them out, all right?
Wait, it doesn't ask.
2 decimals places if I don't ask, always.
99.75. So, Hannah, I didn't put 76. Hannah, they round up the 5 of them. Yeah, but he said you just say it's 2 decimal places if he doesn't ask. Round up. Leave it or round it? He said leave it as 2 decimals unless it says nearest, like, to the nearest one. Oh, he already has it up there. Wait, what? Oh, no, we got it. 76. He said he rounded. He gets the first one. Right. Oh, okay, he rounded the second one, but it's still the 2 decimals. Like he just rounded 50. Person drove 62 miles. We'll talk about that. It is the right word.
I just did them both. If you converted Hannah to kilometers, you did the red. If you converted Farron to miles, you did the blue. So whichever one you did, you check your answers. There or there. She did barely drive further, but she did drive further. Everybody cool? It's exactly the same thing, right? There's nothing new here. But there are some tricks you can use to make your life easier. For example, in number 4, what are my choices? I could go meters to feet, or I could go feet to meters, right? The trick I want to show you is this. 11 foot 9 inches is 11 feet and 9/12 of the next foot, yes? 9/12 happens to work out perfectly to be what? 3/4, which happens to be 11.75. I highly recommend that you memorize those ones on the imperial system. 3 inches equals 0.33. It doesn't really, it's 33333 forever. But for our calculations, you could use 0.33. 4 inches is 0.25. 6 inches is 0.5. other way around there, right? Other way around. 0.25, 0.33. 8 inches is 0.67, and 9 is 0.75. When you're doing conversions, if you have one of those, it just makes it easier when you're doing feet. Just a little shortcut for you, because when we're converting, it's never going to be exact, right? So when you're doing your calculations, you can go 11.75 feet. If you're going feet to meters, meters over feet, 1 foot, 0.3048 meters. And you could get your answer. And then, to be perfectly honest, I'd really like to stop talking. So what I will do is I'll do the work. I'll let you guys get a bit of a head start, and then I'll start following along behind you, putting the answers up, and you can just check and make sure if it's okay. Because there's nothing new to teach here, right? It's just the conversion. Is everybody cool? So, will I fit under the bridge? You better be sure. That truck's not going to go very far. Do I fit? The bridge is 3.58 meters. Do I fit? By 8 millimeters. Would you risk it? All you guys that would risk it, the next time you're driving home from Vancouver, look at the train bridge around Langley on the way home. See how many people risk it. Now, ladies and gentlemen, when I follow along behind you, I'm going to be writing it all out. Some of you probably are already at the point where you know if it's going to be multiply or divide and you're just using your calculators. That's cool. Okay? There's only one more thing I want to talk about today. And we're going to talk about it at the very end of page 23. So please draw a line across the bottom of page 23. And over the weekend, you're going to work up to and finish page 25. I'm going to stop talking now because my throat really hurts. You're going to start doing these. I'm going to be following along behind you, kind of like notes. I'm going to be showing all the work. Whether you do it or not is fine, and you're going to check your answers. Until we get to the bottom of page 23, and then
24 and 25.
Actually, I'm not even going to do that today. I'm going to wait and do that hopefully on Monday when I feel better, because it takes a bit of explanation what I want to explain. Please notice what's the next thing after 1.3? Quiz, which means after today I can give you a quiz at any time. Remember, quizzes do not count. And I won't even call it a quiz again because it makes some of you stressed out to think you're being assessed. I don't know why that stresses you out. You should really get used to being assessed because every single day of the rest of your life once you leave here is going to be an assessment of you. But that's okay. Yes, it is the same stuff you've been doing. You work up to the end of page 25. Yes. And I'm going to work in light blue today. And ladies and gentlemen, I made a small error with C. I forgot. The first thing you get is 637 centimeters, and then you convert it to 6.37. 8 times 36 is 248. Oh, no, it's not. It's 291. So that's wrong. Sorry. That's because I was working in my head. 739. Sorry, everyone. on the next page. Ooh, double. Everyone is good? Anybody want any of that explained? Please note, number 11, this is what your calculator is going to tell you. I'm happy, I don't care. But if you really want to get technical, this is how you would do it. You'd do the 0.62 of a yards to feet, get 1 foot right there, then the 0.86 of a foot to inches to get 10 inches right there. You're still going to be left over with a few fractions, but I don't care. Yeah? Okay. I did drive a lot of miles that trip. I saw a lot of things. If my throat was feeling better, I would tell you many stories of that trip. Including when we were pulled over by police twice for not doing anything wrong. One time, we were in a parking lot of a church where apparently a lot of people go to beat up their significant others. Well, we didn't know that because we were in Georgia. And another time, because it was very, very hot in Missouri, and we had a car with no air conditioning. So I was driving at 3 a.m. in my underwear, and my wife was driving in the passenger seat, girlfriend at the time, in a bra. And the cop pulled us over and said, "What the hell's going on?" "It's really hot, sir." "Where are y'all from?" "Canada." Carry on. The guy that pulled us over in the church parking lot for beating each other up had a lot more to say. I'll tell you that story Monday if I feel better. I'm going to pause the... That, ladies and gentlemen, is how long I drove. Is that the math class answer or the real life answer? Math class answer. Why is it not a real life answer, Jesse? Sleep, eat, and it was a vacation. I visited places along the way. Obviously, I did not drive for 222 straight hours. That is impossible. So the real life answer, you cannot give it to me, can you? Unless you know some stuff that I said while we were here. And the whole trip took about 16 days. It was pretty hardcore. We had to drive like maniacs to get to where we were going, have a visit with the people we were visiting, and still get home by the time school started. I drove all the way from the Grand Canyon to Chilliwack in one shot. Yeah.
How many hours is that?
I don't remember. We arrived at the Grand Canyon, we walked around, we visited the Grand Canyon, then we got in the car and we drove all the way home. I did most of the driving. My wife did some. Girlfriend at the time. Does everybody understand what I did here to get to there? And then, with any luck, since it's only 10:24 and you have half an hour left in class, you'll have no homework. Now, I am also going to do this the first time I've done this joke. I will do it many times throughout the course of the year. You guys have been such a good class, you can take the next 2 days off. With pay. That joke never gets tired.